Welcome back to the Stoop, everybody. We're here on a special weekend shoot, and we've got a special guest, Mr. Matt Kantack, fellow gunner over here. Sorry, y'all, you're outnumbered. But hey, we're finally winning a little bit, so it's time to bring some of the fan support back out.
Yay, you won one.
Shut up. They score 5 goals in 2 games, and all of a sudden... Sorry, you
pales in comparison to our 7? 7 and 2?
7 and 2.
Who's counting?
We are.
Apparently they are.
Everyone.
We are.
The whole world is counting.
No, when the middle 6 teams are all 1 point away from each other, goal difference matters. That's why we're better than Burnley right now. I hate to say that, but it's
hard to brag about that.
It's hard to brag that.
I mean, if you were in the UK, everybody's better than Burnley. Like, it's not a nice place.
Oh, okay, the city. Yeah. I was like, oh, Jesus. I was like, that's little. That's
working
messed
in
up.
politics.
Okay. Aneesha, welcome back. By the way,
Thanks.
How was Manchester?
Rainy, cold, wet.
And
Everything is cracked up to be.
awesome.
What you were expecting as well. Yeah.
Yes, everything I've grown up knowing.
So if y'all didn't know, Aneesha went back home to Manchester to look into some finances, and come to find out, Man City was cheating. So
It was a sad day.
it's very sad.
I think it's a disproportionate level of punishment, though.
But see, I think they gave the 2 years knowing that they're gonna come back, and they need to. It's like
It's a negotiation.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is. There'll be an appeal, and then they'll come.
Time they've been caught doing this?
No, it was just reported a long time ago, and it's taken them this long to make a decision because UEFA had the same people make the decision, the same people assess the decision, the same people sit on the decision, the same people decide the financial implications of the decision. It was a very fair process.
Sounds like American politics.
Yeah.
Wham.
Here's the thing, okay, maybe they deserve a punishment, but I don't think they deserve a 2-year ban, a 30 million, billion, whatever it is, euro fine. It's a very extreme punishment.
Thoughts?
I mean, 1 year is probably pretty.
Right,
fair,
so that's what I
which is
thought.
where
I
it's
thought
at.
1 year,
To
and I feel
complain
like,
about 30 million though, that's nothing.
Yeah, that is nothing.
To sheep.
don't you know we don't have an income? That's where this whole problem started from.
Oh no, I had not heard that at all. I was under a different
We're
impression.
not making any money.
I want to know what Pep's really gonna do.
So this is my question, because if they do have a 2-year ban, then it questions which players are going to stick around if they've not got championship competition. It questions whether Pep's going to hit those targets and goals that he's stuck around and said he wants to commit to. So that 2-year ban has wider implications than not just playing for 2 years.
He already.
Pep leaves.
Jesus.
I don't think he will.
He leaves.
I don't think
He's
he will.
claimed he would stay even if they're in the
Exactly, he said that, yeah.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, he's
Can't
just
wait.
sending out the resume. No, I'm
He
staying.
came out and gave
Don't pay actual to
He
this stack
made
of
like
papers
actual
here.
statements though, saying he
I
was
know he
committed
did.
and like he was in for a penny, in for a
And
pound.
that's great for TV. At this particular time where they're like, we don't know, everyone's
So what, he's
panicking.
channeling his inner Klopp nice guy?
He's channeling his inner Klopp nice guy.
No, I don't believe it.
Okay, so VAR. Let me just start
Sucks.
before,
The gift.
so we can have a
It
start of the
sucks.
segment.
Everybody's
The
best
gift
friend.
that keeps on giving.
So for VAR,
Us
they've
something to talk
said
about.
they've said if something serious happens like this and VAR's looking into it, the ref will go to the monitor and look.
Yes.
That has not happened since they said that was going to happen. How do you stomp somebody like that? He doesn't give a card to begin with, not even a foul, and then they're checking it, and it's taking that long. You're standing. Go look at the freaking monitor. Like,
I have no idea how it happens.
at least if he goes and looks at the monitor and says, I stick with what I said. No foul, no yellow, no
You'd
red.
feel like
then
he'd
you're
reassess
like, okay.
the situation.
Yes. How do you not look at the monitor? The kicking the balls.
Yeah.
Maguire.
The Toby
Ooh,
Maguire.
that was
Flathead.
special.
I have no idea how any of it happens. I think it's on purpose,
Like they're
just for people to talk about VAR. sell more VAR.
So next year they can make one change and be like, we fixed it.
Revolutionary insight. Everybody watch more games to see how it pans out.
It's a talking point.
It is.
It's controversy.
What pisses me off a lot is where, he might be offside, but we're not going to call it
Until after.
Yeah. But if they don't do a shot on goal and they bring the ball all the way back to the keeper, they
Then
still
we're not
haven't
gonna-
called
yeah.
the offside.
Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, it should have been the other team's
It's like
ball.
they look at the ramifications of whether it is offside or not, and then they'll decide whether it's offside. So they'll use the VAR to almost play the game.
They did that today in the Burnley game. It was a handball over on the other side of the pitch, and then they go all the way down, they score a goal, and they're like, wait a minute.
They bring it all the
And
way
we're
back.
like, wait a minute, handball about 30 seconds ago.
Yet, if the other team would have stolen the ball immediately
Then it
and
wouldn't
scored a
have been
goal, it wouldn't have been
questioned.
wouldn't have been
Exactly.
because it was a handball on the
Exactly.
other team.
Exactly.
It's
This reads back to what I was saying a few weeks ago. I think it's making it too clinical.
yeah.
It becomes almost a decision tree of where you're going to go with the game. They did this, yes or no, we'll go this way. They did this, yes or no, we'll go this way. It stops the game being as innate and as passionate because people start having to question 3 steps ahead what their action is going to result in.
Yeah. And where they've said an offensive handball is a handball, period. But a defensive handball in the box is still up to interpretation
Yes.
by the ref if it's on purpose or not.
Right.
Right.
Why? Because one ends in a penalty? We've seen more goals called back this year. I think we'll have to do the math. Somebody, Liam, get on that, Google that.
I mean, how many goals have the Wolves been nullified?
I looked that up, and I'm sorry. You think that you're
We
the
are
most
second
No.
second
And everyone
most
says Liverpool
decisions
is-
against with VAR are
Hold
the
on,
Wolves.
what is that?
The first one, Sheffield United.
I think Tottenham may have something to say about it. But see, the VAR on Tottenham's VAR is very different, where VAR goes, yeah, that play just sucked. Have him do it over. That was terrible.
I mean, we clearly know who it's working for. VAR.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Everyone says it's Liverpool, but I don't know. I think it's
Liverpool.
varsity over here.
Whoa.
you've got good players, you're going to get questioned more.
Wait, what?
It works.
That is a bold statement. Someone's been
says
like
anything. Does it make
cooking.
it true?
Yeah.
She was cooking that up
In a
and she
vacuum.
was away for so long. She's like, what can I
The
do? What
point
can
at
I
which
say?
the hay rolls past.
No, I mean the offside is one of the least able to debate because they're like, this is a
And yet,
Clear
that
rules
was the
around it.
number one hang-up in the first half of the season, right? Like,
Yeah.
every week there was
Yeah.
4 calls that they
Yeah.
reversed on offsides,
And
which
they're
should be
saying-
cut and dry.
if your toe is past his shoulder, it's offside, which
Well, that's a shadow.
I mean, if you went back, how many
There-
of Aguero's
hundreds,
goals would not
hundreds.
matter? How many players like that who
Inzaghi.
play tight?
And you look back through the history of the game as
Right.
well. There will be footballers across the globe that play that way as well.
Never would have had a job.
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Ricky Fowler. Robbie Fowler.
Robbie Fowler, no way.
Hey, that's my job.
Sorry.
No, but last week with Giroud, he does this diving head, probably one of the prettiest goals of the season, where the ball is whipped in super fast. He comes out of nowhere, diving header, beautiful goal. Well, his toe was offside, even though he hit the ball with his head 5 yards. Like,
Right.
he stepped and jumped, but this armpit, hand, and it's like, that's when I've said this before, like, they need to measure how offside was he versus how awesome was the goal. Because some are
Make a
just
proportional
amazing,
decision.
brilliant
Talk
skill.
about an objective decision to make, you know?
Well, I mean, how's every...
But you know, let's make
for
it more than
football
let's make
fans,
it more
right?
than
It's for us.
torso. You know?
I think it
the
should be a-
torso is beyond. You
I
know,
think
the
if any
player.
part of you is onside, you're onside. Okay.
Maybe,
So it's a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
body
yeah.
decision.
As opposed to
If
any
you're
part of
leaning
you
forward,
off.
you shouldn't be penalized just because the other guy's leaning back,
Yeah.
right? If any part of you is onside, you're onside.
So that would be the reverse of what it is
Yes,
right now.
Yes.
Exactly. And I think it would make it a lot easier with
just a
VAR.
fly.
Okay, it was right in my eyes. Sorry.
No, I agree.
Right?
That's a
It-
great.
It would make
that's
it
a- that's a
easier
great
for
point.
VAR. It's never going to happen.
No.
No.
At least
Who's
for
gonna
now.
listen to
And that's
a
going to
couple
be a
yanks talking about
huge,
it, but-
huge change. And then
Yeah,
they
but
would,
VAR in and of itself is a huge change.
The
They would
question is
have to
how many
change it in
changes can
Champions
they
League.
make per season,
It's going
per
to happen.
league?
Once you introduce replay, you see it in
doesn't
every
go
sport
away.
it's introduced.
Exactly.
You change the
Exactly.
rules, you change the wording, you change the language. You have to be a lawyer to figure it out. And then that's
and then the
it.
players have to figure it out. And I was
Right.
watching it. I was thinking earlier today and yesterday, watching these 17-year-olds and these 19-year-olds who are playing, and thinking about, in 5 years or so, 10 years, there will be professional athletes who have always had VAR.
Yeah.
Yes, the
And
question
play
is
different. You won't have Agueros.
How will
You
they
won't
play
have-
because that's what they've grown up with?
You will make sure you're onside. You will.
But they're going to get cycled in within the next
It's like
4
the
years.
the World Cup, the Women's World Cup, where they were trying to defend in the box like this
Yeah.
because
Because they were so
everything was
wary.
being called.
Yeah.
And so people were just chipping to their arms in the box instead of going
Well,
for
I
a
think
shot.
you see that now too.
And that's changing the game. We may hate it, but in 5-10 years, that's
It'll
going to
be the
be the
norm.
game.
That's all people
It'll be
will
the
know.
norm.
How about this for a rule? What if each coach got a challenge flag?
No. I think that's
He's
my
a
point.
very
That
clear
is
decision on that.
I'm just
one.
saying that's where we're.
That's
Oh,
my
man,
point.
Can you
If it's just
imagine
gonna change the
the
game.
stoppage time if that was allowed?
But is it one per season, one per game?
It
What?
would have to be per game.
It would have to be
This is
per
a
game.
very
That'll be
well
per
thought out
half.
thing that I'm
Yes,
talking about
yes.
right now. I'll answer your questions if you submit them in the comments. I don't know.
I don't
I'm
like
just
the
like-
idea of it.
You see.
Neither do I. But it's the
somebody-
natural progression,
Exactly.
right?
I think if they add the addition of being able to challenge or question it, it just leaves it even more open to question every element of it. It has to be a rule that is enforced hard and fast, or not at all.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know. So where else could VAR go? Something like
Into
that.
the trash bin.
Thank you. I was thinking the exact same
Where
thing.
else?
Just get
It's not
rid
working.
of it.
Although
it's
it
so
seems
not
to,
working.
It seems
So let's talk Arsenal
Today?
Let's talk Arsenal about how amazing they are.
back
Okay.
to best, baby.
Back to best.
Back
Woohoo!
to
And
best.
that's what happens when you
Best.
let Ozil boss the midfield.
Let him
Just
have
saying.
an attitude, I think.
Him or Ozil? Which
Both
one?
of us.
Both.
I don't see why I can't have an attitude about this.
I don't think he lost his attitude. It was Ozil who got a little mopey. You try to stab a dude once.
You put his best friend in charge of the team, and you're going to get more minutes. you
Exactly,
know?
exactly.
So, I'm just happy to see it.
I thought last
My
week,
God.
when they went into halftime, it was such a lackluster first half, and it was like Arteta went back there and was like, "Hey, you're Mesut Ozil.
Well, I heard that's
You're
what he said
Pepe.
to Arteta.
You're." That's what
I'm
the-
Mesut Ozil.
Oh, he's
Give me the
I'm
ball.
Mesut Ozil.
Yeah.
Tell them to give me the ball. But it was like, hey, you guys are superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not
Play like it.
nobodies.
Yeah.
And so they went out, and there were some flick passes, and there was some like.
Today as well.
And then
Just
today.
like one turn and unlocking the defense. It was
like-
gorgeous.
Okay. And there were some, and I like that he's throwing Nketiah.
Yeah. Yeah.
like-
What I don't like is Mustafi's hair now. I mean, talk about
like he-
bad decision making.
He slept with Ozil in the summer. That's Ozil's haircut in the
Well, no,
summer.
he went with
right?
like a Targaryen faint purple.
Oh, it
kind
was.
of deal.
I just
Yeah.
saw it white.
Wow.
White.
Yeah, it was a lavender maybe, like a light lavender. It was terrible.
Oh. He's like,
He
maybe they
played.
won't notice me.
Yeah, exactly.
if I change my look. He's
The new January signing.
He's like, I am Pablo Murray. I am Pablo Murray. He played all right.
He was a little
For
suspect.
Mustafi?
Yeah, for Mustafi, but
I think.
You guys win 2-3 games and everything's changed.
unbeaten. this
Coming up,
year.
roses.
Unbeaten this year.
Unbeaten.
Coming up, roses.
Unbeaten this decade, son.
Wow, you guys might make it
6
to
weeks.
7th place.
Okay. Whoa.
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 No, he's saying we're gonna end up in seventh
Oh,
place.
oh.
No, I said you will be lucky to end up in 7th.
Just wait. Just wait. This dude.
I mean, second half is our half. Always has been.
It always has been.
You know, it's just a
always
race
has
to that
been.
5th spot.
Exactly.
What? Which is now going to be a Champions League spot now that we're not taking it.
That's
I
what
see
I
that,
meant.
love.
That was
I
the
see that
plan
lot.
all
That
year,
That
though.
is what I meant. Yes.
See, Arsenal's leadership knew that City had messed up. So we were like, guys, listen, we don't need to get 4th place this year.
just 5th.
Just 5th. Later on in the year, City's going to get in trouble. It'll be fine.
I know, and then all their
And
players
then
are going to
Arsenal's
leave.
going to get
And
the
then we'll
same
get De
kind of
Bruyne.
trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody moving from Manchester to North London.
What are your votes? Have we turned it around, or is this just a good?
You're gonna make
good
me
run?
jinx it.
I want one more game to see. I want to see one more game. Maybe I'll be convinced then.
I'm going to say no. It's a great start to the year, but I don't think they'll keep it up.
Okay, where do we end? Where do we finish? Top 10?
Top 10, yes. Top 5, no.
She's like, top 10, yes. Top 9, no.
My money's on 7 or 8.
I'm going with 6.
Ooh.
6. It's all so tight there, and everyone's knocking each other about. This team's gonna fail.
They're not gonna be able to keep
Sheffield
up.
has already. Sheffield should have won this weekend. That showed me, and I keep starting Sheffield defenders.
Yeah, I've done the same. It's a bad move.
Yeah. 5th.
5th.
Calling it.
Sorry, man.
Ooh.
Calling it.
Woohoo.
Where
Have
are you?
it.
Where are you?
Tottenham's in a
you-
tailspin. United, I
Tottenham's
don't
in
trust.
just hurt.
Yeah.
No one does.
That's it. Those are the only 2 clubs ahead of us that I'm worried about, to be honest.
Yeah.
For the 5th spot, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's so tight that it can all. It's gonna come down to who doesn't lose games, and we've been doing very good at that.
You have.
Unfortunately, more draws than wins, but we've got 2 wins now in a row, and we won in
Which
the
changes
Europa.
your play pattern from last half of the season.
It's a little bit of swagger on the pitch that I've seen, and that's making me happy.
It'll give
Even
you
if
men
we
the
had
motivation.
lost or drawn today, the 2 goals that we had, and the overall play, except for the defensive errors, felt a bit more.
You know, I'm feeling a little crazy, and I'm going to say that we're the only team that beats Liverpool.
There's
That is a
stupid
bold
pick.
statement,
Except for
friend.
West Ham.
Bold statement.
I would say that Arsenal preserves the Invincibles
Now
would be
that's why.
kismet.
when do we see them?
later.
Like
Not until like
and-
with the
yeah.
third.
It's a
third to the
while
last.
away.
now
It's like in
That's
They'll
something-
already, they'll already have wrapped up the
league. Yeah. And I have a feeling that as soon as Liverpool wraps up the league, they're gonna drop a couple games because their entire
focus
focus
is
is gonna go
different.
to Champions League.
Yeah.
And you just don't have that. A bunch of games that they've had where they've pulled out a goal in the last 10
Yeah,
minutes
yeah.
that would have been a draw, or
Well, the league is such a big deal for Liverpool that
Yeah.
it would make sense that they take their foot off the gas. a
I
little
don't
bit there.
see that. I've been saying that for quite a bit. They don't. They have too much focus. Klopp has them thinking, oh, that's not good enough.
Klopp's
We've
rattled.
done this and we've done this and we've scored these many goals and we've had these many clean sheets, but it's not good enough. No, they're not taking the foot off the gas. They're gonna clean it up.
after they win the league, which is in
I
like a month.
Still think tomorrow.
No,
yeah,
it's
probably.
like 4 wins away.
Yeah, they're
After that, their
Is it 4?
entire focus. I think they need
no
like 6.
No, I think 6 or 7 is what I thought I read.
It was yeah, I think it's
But
6
they
more, but
they are not stopping. They want it all. They want.
yeah, but they're
it
gonna
all.
get it all.
Yeah, they're
They-
going to have it.
They want.
I think this loss in Madrid shook him.
Yeah, he's
and
rattled
he's
for
gonna
sure.
go. Let's get this win. Like I keep talking about fantasy, but I'm starting Salah, Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, and I'm not sure all of them are gonna play, because he may be like, yes, we don't play champions for another 3 weeks, but
Prep 'em now.
is like not.
Rest them, yeah.
Yeah, like let's rest Salah.
Right, because he was already
Mane's back.
complaining.
Here you go.
Yeah.
He's been on a run of not poor, but not
Well, he's
great.
already complaining about the fixture jam anyway, so it makes
Yeah.
sense that you'd rest people ahead of the
Yeah.
later.
And you don't
Champions
need
League stages.
both Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson. They're running nonstop. Give them a little break. And so that's already taken the foot off the gas. Even though a foot off the gas for Liverpool can beat just about any team in the league. I think once we get closer and closer that they are going to drop some games in the end when they don't matter. They just don't.
They
And
almost
being
want to get-
invincible
They
doesn't
almost
matter.
want
see
to
it
get
happening.
to that point where they're so far ahead, no matter how many games there are in hand or left
Yeah,
to
that's
play.
like 5 games away.
Yeah,
That's what we're saying.
it's the point where I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas. I don't think he's going to go, right, it's Champions League time, but he may start to maybe give others the opportunity
Yeah.
that he's not done.
Yeah.
Not because he's resting players always, just because he...
Building the squad.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. He's building that pipeline.
And that's how a team like Arsenal can come in who's
Yes.
actually
Right.
trying
Fighting.
to get something out of this
It's
season.
it's a different mindset. It's not that fighting mindset anymore, is it?
Well, that's that.
Right on.
Well, Matt, thank you so much. I
My
can't wait
pleasure.
for you to come back and talk more when we win the league.
Pleasure.
Good to meet
Mank.
you.
I'll just say Mank next time.
That's fine.
There you go.
That's fine.
There you go. All right, well, it's time for another round of Stupid Picks. First off, we're going to talk about how our Stupid Picks did last time. I said Norwich over Liverpool, and that was stupid. You said
I said Newcastle over Arsenal, and you really wiped the floor.
stupid. That's when we started getting good. We scored 4 goals for the first time ever. Buddy, relax. It's okay. It's okay. This is Buddy the Stoop Dog. You said
Aston Villa over Tottenham.
Villa.
Villa. 2 L's. Spanish.
they're in England.
Oh, God.
Just because he fixed it.
See, even the dog hates my
Oh
pronunciation.
my God. Okay, you said Austin Villa over.
I said Aston Villa over Tottenham.
And that was stupid?
Well, for about 20 minutes it wasn't.
Yeah, they looked,
That was actually looking pretty good for 20 minutes.
I'm going to say Mark won the week.
I think you had the best potential out
good
of all.
job.
God, I'm doing something right.
You won, so you get to start it off. Who's your stupid pick this week?
I'm taking Bournemouth over Chelsea.
What's the score?
Ooh, I'm going to be really stupid. More stupid than I really am already. 2-0.
Bold.
Interesting.
Stupid.
I wouldn't say. I think Chelsea gets on the board at
That's-
least.
Look,
And has Bournemouth ever scored 2 goals?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
that's why it's stupid.
All right, that's super stupid. All right, you, Anish?
I'm going for Norwich versus Leicester.
All right.
And
Norwich has to feel bad that they...
I'm going to pull some of that bookie power. I reckon 2-1 to Norwich.
2-1 to Norwich. They got to feel bad that they keep getting our stupid pick.
They-
Them winning is stupid.
It's fine. When they decide to watch us, then they can challenge us on it.
Yeah, they're playing who again? What'd you say?
Leicester.
Leicester. Yeah, Leicester's in a bit of a tailspin, so
They didn't have a great week this time, just
yeah.
this
yeah.
weekend. So
think-
I'm hoping that carries through
Yeah,
and Norwich come up tops.
okay.
How about you?
Now, this is I don't know how I actually feel about this, calling it a stupid pick. But if I'm really honest with myself, it is the stupid pick, especially since we just got you back.
Should I just
jeez.
leave now? I'm just gonna leave.
I'm picking Arsenal over City. It's stupid because you're gonna win.
When they don't
I
win,
don't
you're
know.
making
You
me
and-
dinner to make up for the fact you
and Matt
jinxed
were
it.
talking awfully big.
We didn't say we were gonna win out,
I didn't say you were going to win out either.
but we might.
No.
He said we're gonna beat Liverpool. He said we're gonna beat Liverpool.
He's winning the league if you ask him. So you know.
Yeah, you know where we started. we ended the season with Arteta, so we are winning.
Who
Like,
knows
we're
what
winning.
hopes there are?
Yeah. So yeah.
What's your score?
My score line.
Go big.
It's hard to think that. Like I don't see us scoring many goals against y'all, and I don't see you guys not scoring goals against us. So I think I'm gonna go 3-1.
Ooh.
3-1 Arsenal. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think one of our goals comes from a direct free kick. That's bonus stupid if you don't know what that
At least it's not an own goal call. That's all I'm saying.
is. Maybe next week. Maybe next week we can up the ante a little bit. We'll see if our stupid picks happen, and if they do, we'll give you more stupid things to talk about. Thanks for being on the stoop with us, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Either way.
Either way, and share with your friends. Peace.
Bye.